Welcome to a fan's perspective. You know what I mean? It's your boy Boogie 45. Got my boy Bowie in here. You know what I'm
What's
saying?
happening, man?
The East and the West in the house.
You already
Angel.
know.
Yo, all right, so we just gonna focus this about this GQ, the JAYZ GQ interview, bro. Like what's really
Okay.
going on? What's your thoughts on it, man?
Um, Initially, I'm just such a big fan of Hove, and he don't really pop out and say shit like ever. So I was glued to every minute of it. You know what I mean? And he just said a couple interesting things, but overall, it's like I'm just hoping there's more of this interview that they're gonna give us. You know what I mean? Because
More what interview?
you got me.
Yo, let me tell you something, man. Listen, man. First of all, the interview was boring as fuck. The interview was boring, man. And I almost fell asleep on it, bro. But I listened to it. I stuck it out, wanted to hear everything Jay was saying, right? He made some points. He addressed the Tony Busby situation, how he's still going through it. People, I don't know if people peep, but he kind of sunned Memphis Bleak on that joint because he said he's my little brother. He got to listen to me. But why you ain't pull up to his platform, bro? GQ is not a part of the culture. Your man Bleak got a platform out there. Why you ain't pull up over there? Show the man some support, bro. If that's your little brother. Not to mention the fact, I just did a joint. He went bankrupt in 2016, but that's supposed to be your little brother, right? I don't know, man. But my thing was, how can you say you of the culture, but you so disconnected from the culture, dog? You go to GQ to do an interview with a kid that knows nothing about you?
For real.
The kid can't even tell. He hasn't even watched the whole thing.
The whole movie, bruh.
The whole movie. Like that's, I would have been happy if like Joe Buttons or Charlemagne or, you know what I mean? But, Bleak. But see, Bleak would have been like a conflict of interest. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know if Bleak is a good interviewer. You know what I mean? But I know Joe Buttons is.
I like Bleak. Bleak's like he reminds me of like the young Dream Chaps era because they're on their show getting turned. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like he also said he's all offense this year. No more defense. He played defense for too long, so it's all offense now. Then he also said he don't believe battle rap is good for the culture at this point in the game. About how because of the social media aspect of it. But my thing is like skeeted in your Jeep, left condoms in your baby seat. Like what? You talking about people trying to tear down families and destroy marriages. But what you thought that could have did?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. Like, Jay didn't give us a good interview, bro. He didn't give us a good interview. And I know that the album is on the way. It's definitely on the way. That's why you did the interview. You know what I mean?
It's gotta have something, right?
Yeah, but the interview was boring, and it really has me thinking, like, is the album even gonna be good? Is it gonna be what we expect from Jay?
I think like when it comes to Jay, if he's not like necessarily showing all his cards yet, he definitely did say something that made me think there's an album coming. He said he said I was glad to have done 444 because I always wanted to do something like that, something where he could be vulnerable. Then he follows that up by saying, and what would another album sound like? I don't know yet, but I know it's.
Oh, where you at, baby? Oh yeah, it's shit chopping up, fucking up. But yeah, like I don't know, man. I just didn't feel. I'm gonna wait for Bo to come at, man. But yeah, I didn't feel like Jay gave us much in that interview, man. It wasn't really a good interview. There's plenty of people in the culture that could have gave that would have been a better interview. No no shade to the young boy, man, but he didn't know enough about Jay to ask the tough questions. Or maybe he did. You know, I don't know.
Yeah, my bad, B.
Gotta make sure that equipment ready, man.
Yeah, I got a phone
Can't be
call.
having no blips.
You know what I mean?
But well, yeah, do not disturb. That's what we doing for the rest of the show.
Just to run that back, you know what I mean? You know, he definitely hinted that he's got something dropping. You know what I mean? And you know, it's been quite a while. It's been about it's almost 10 years since he's dropped something. You know what I mean? I think this is the longest drought since, you know, since Reasonable Doubt when it comes to like distances between albums. You know what I mean?
My thing is this though, like you made us wait this long just to even say something. Okay, why not? Like I don't understand. Like right, I don't understand Jay's whole thing. Like he trying to look like he, you know, he got the gold fronts in his mouth, trying to look like he of the culture. Fam, you've been disconnected for the culture for a very long time, man. For real. Let's keep it a buck, man. You've been disconnected for this culture for a very long time, bro. Like you going up to GQ and doing that boring ass interview, bro, that don't really say nothing. It don't.
Yeah, kind of interesting. He still found a way to flex though real tough, in my opinion, when he said, you know, he made a point to point out that the things that he's done in the absence of like him making music, like the things he's done for the culture has, you know, positively affected a lot of people. Like, you know, when he was saying, well, people couldn't understand why he chose Kendrick or why, what's Buddy?
Those are old questions, bro.
Yeah, I mean, this was 2 years of. It was almost like they have all these questions that what would JAYZ think about this, right?
What's up with you and what's up with you and 50, man? You know what I'm saying? That would have been one of my questions. You know what I mean? Your man got a podcast, man. You gonna make a guest appearance?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's some of the questions I got. You know, when he talked about owning 1% of the, you know, the stadium in Brooklyn, the Barclays Center.
Yeah.
You know, the kid didn't even know enough. Maybe he did, because I just felt like that interview just seemed controlled. It didn't seem like the kid could ask what he wanted to ask. It seemed like he was barred from asking certain things, or it was like he got briefed on Jay. You know what I'm saying?
Look at the way they chose to start the interview. Right away, it's something about Busby, and he goes, "Oh yeah, let's get that out the way right now."
Everybody know that was fake. So
yeah, but I felt like he subconsciously indicated to a list of things that they're gonna run through, and he said, "Oh, that right there. Oh yeah, let's do that. Let's get that out the way."
Yeah,
right now.
So that's how it felt controlled.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Like support your point right there.
Yeah, it felt controlled, man, and that's why I was just like, man, like we need raw. We don't need control. We know what PRs do. We know what, you know, the media people that make sure you don't say the wrong thing. We know all this stuff already, man. You're not telling us anything new.
PR.
It's a bunch of people out here that do content. You know what I'm saying? We all getting our little media on. You feel me? So you can't give us a half-ass interview that ain't really saying nothing and think that we just gonna be, oh man, Jay said some shit. No, the hell he didn't, bro. He ain't say nothing that I ain't heard him say before. You know what I mean? Like you could have gave us more, man. And then my thing is like, we already know you're doing a rollout. You got the 2 shows. You got the 1 show in PA, at the Roots Picnic. You're supposed to be headlining that. Then you got the Yankee Stadium show that's coming up, right? Yeah. So we know that all this with the interview and all of that is a preparation for a album. You know what I mean? But my thing is, why not connect with the people more? Like, what you so afraid of, dude? Yeah. What you so afraid of? Like, don't do the Drake shit and want to go on all these platforms that ain't gonna ask you nothing for real. Like, what we doing, man?
Yeah, or
what
like
we doing?
And those are clearly for, you know, the virality of it. Like that's why he does the Aiden Rosses and he does the, that random white broad, whatever he was awkwardly doing accents, laying on the bed.
Oh,
with
the
her.
Bobby, whatever.
Yeah,
like, man,
Bobby,
yeah,
whatever her name was, right? Like, there's and see, it's there's a clear disconnect there too, right? This one surprised me, like, and then I tried to figure it out. I'm like, oh, okay, I guess he did do the Clips interview and the Pharrell interview last year with all their rollouts. So, but I'm like, who is this guy? Maybe no disrespect to Guy. Maybe he's like,
no disrespect, but I never heard of him either, dog. I never heard of him.
And the way he was asking questions clearly doesn't, like, I mean, you got to know some. This is like,
and homie act like he was scared to ask him questions.
This is a legendary artist. Like, this is a legacy artist. Like, that's still in the game, or at least, or talk about. It's almost like Jordan coming back to play, right? He's like, listen, I'm coming back to play. You know what I mean? This guy doesn't even, he only knew him as JAYZ the mogul. Just like how a lot of these youngsters don't know 50. They only know 50 as the producer and television mogul and things of that nature. You know what I mean? Like, there's people that don't remember Method Man from being a rapper. They think he's just an actor. And like,
this is why it's good to have somebody that's a seasoned interviewer up there.
Yes.
You know what I mean? But somebody that is popular with the culture too, though, because I ain't gonna front. If Elliot would have went up there, I don't think people would have cared either. But if Joe would have went up there, people would have.
It would have went crazy.
You know what I'm saying? Like, because Joe is gonna ask the questions that needs to be asked.
And,
you know what I mean?
And like, it's not like Jay did a Drake move where like it's like, okay, give me Kai Cenat or give me DJ.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that.
He at least he didn't do something like that, but. The GQ and I maybe I'm down
because Kai Cenat can't ask him nothing either. Like Kai Cenat don't know much about Jay.
Exactly, but see, other artists will use these guys for their rollouts these days. It's like like back in the days when artists was doing the radio press runs and whatnot. Now it's podcasts, right? So it's and it's also given exclusivity.
Exclusivity.
Exclusive. Yeah, you know what I mean. And it's like, I don't know, GQ is just when you're talking about as far as the culture goes, right? Like, you know what I mean? Something that he was pretty much like the premise of what he was talking about kind of always circled back to what he's doing culturally. And the irony is he's doing it on a platform that isn't really, of the culture, so to speak.
Exactly. You know what I mean? And, but it's not just that. I mean, it could have been a GQ, but it's like, you can't talk culture. We all, I'm for my people and woo. But then as soon as it's time for you to do an interview, you run over there with them other folks. GQ is not hip hop culture at all. Yeah. That's fashion. That's somebody. That's another tier. Like that's not hip hop culture. You haven't got on no hip hop platform at all. You should have kept it like down to earth, like. Not even, I wouldn't even say a Breakfast Club interview. Pick an independent platform of your choice, bro. There's plenty of them. Your man Bleak got one. And pull up. And be transparent. You know what I'm saying? Like, be a little vulnerable. You know what I'm saying?
You think because he treats him like a little brother, he he views it like, listen, man, like I already gave you the alley-oop. You gotta slam dunk that thing. You know what I mean? Like, you think that's why he hasn't really got on the platform yet? Like, listen, you gotta build that thing up before, because when I come through, it's an event. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but sometimes people view you how you view yourself.
Jay's never even done the Drink Champs, but apparently
I wouldn't want to see JAYZ on Drink Champs because I don't want to hear Nori interrupting the interview with all that bullshit. Like I don't want to hear it. You know what I'm saying? That's the reason why I stopped watching Drink Champs, to be honest. Like, every time they about to say something and get into a story or make some noise, shut the fuck up with all that shit, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, for real, like, but
it's Drink Champs, that's part of it.
Yeah, I'm cool on that. You know what I'm saying? Don't interrupt don't interrupt the interviewee, man. You know what I'm saying? Because you're messing up the experience. Because we're not coming up there to see you. We're coming up there to see who we like. You know what I'm saying? But I think as far as Jay, in the whole situation, man, it's just like, I don't know, man. If you're getting, like I said, your man Bleak got a podcast. Go on the podcast, pop out, just out of the blue. Don't even announce it. Just pull up and be like, and Bleak don't even make no big rollout for it. You know what I'm saying? It's just a regular episode, and boom, Jay, whoa. You know what I'm saying? Like, it would have really shook the hip hop community if he would have embraced the culture, bro. He didn't embrace the culture in that interview.
I mean, okay, look at this. He has these two big joints in the tri-state area, right? You got the one in New York, and then what's the other one in Philly? Or you said Washington?
Not Philly, the Roots Picnic.
Yeah,
and the one in the Yankees.
Yeah, and he's playing with the Roots at both of them.
He's headlining. Yeah, he's headlining.
Right? But he got the Roots playing for him too, even at the other joint. Like, they're going to be his band. Did you see that?
Yeah, hey, that's cool.
Yeah, right? But here's my thing.
But we don't want to hear, like, if you're going to come.
You think he's going to go to them local stations, though? Is what I'm saying, though? Do you think?
I don't know, bro. I really don't know no more with Jay. I really don't know. I feel like
What do you think the wig and the fronts, like, I heard you point something out about the fronts and all that. What do you think about all that?
He trying to look like he's connected to the culture when he's not. There's a disconnect between Jay and the culture. And I felt like the interview would have kind of strengthened that connection, but it didn't. You went on a platform that's not of the culture. You didn't talk about really nothing. Everything you're talking about is old news. You know what I mean? And the interviewer didn't challenge you with anything. You know what I'm saying? So it's like what was all that for? You could have kept that interview, my nigga. Like, we didn't want that shit, man. Like, you could have kept that, bro. You know what I mean? The kid was like talking about he was 10 years old when Ether and them dropped. Like, you know nothing about Jay, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Like, that was whack, bro.
What did you think of the shots that he was throwing that Nas? Like, just kind of laughing it off. But he's like, oh, hey, he's a very nice guy.
I mean, it is what it is.
It's always like forever gonna be
because he lost. That's why it's forever gonna be that. He lost. And he could say, he put on his front, like, one of them cats that you might do something to, and then you regret it, so you apologize to him, and he accept your apology, but it constantly reminds you in little ways that he ain't really
he
never forgave you, really. You know what I'm saying? Or he never forgot about it. You know what I mean?
You know what's crazy is Nas as an elder statesman. Of course I check out his stuff when he drops things, but like, he's got all the accolades late. Like, they gave him all the Grammys finally late, and they gave him the, and my job. I couldn't even tell you one song off the later projects, in the last 10 years. But apparently, he's got a lot of accolades. He finally did the long-awaited entire collab album with Preem. You know what I'm saying? So he's just been kind of doing a lot of fan service, and then he got the casino things and all this, that, and the third. I'm like, he's kind of doing his own version of shit. Like, instead of how Jay did, everything he did with the clothing and the liquor and all that, you know what I mean? He's, Nas.
I just feel like people are starting to feel like Jay is not really a part of the culture anymore. And I feel like this interview didn't do him no justice. You know what I mean? Because you wasn't challenged in any way in that interview. You wasn't asked no tough questions. You could have did that interview over the phone. Like, nobody would have cared. Like,
I guess the toughest question that I actually was surprised, but now in hindsight, I'm like, oh, they made sure a point even right out the gate was the Busby shit.
No,
you know what I mean?
No, that ain't the only toughest question. What's up with Desiree Perez?
All the part. I mean, she was pardoned by Trump, right? Back in 2016, or back in that stretch or whatever it was.
So I would have said, like, okay, you being a former street guy, right?
Yeah.
Does it make you feel any kind of way when, like, was there a thought process when you was thinking about bringing Desiree on as a CEO? What was the thought process behind that? Because that she has her situation that went on, and that contradicts everything that you rapped about as a street dude. You know what I'm saying? Or former street dude, right?
Maybe it's Maybe it's the vouch comes from her husband. Maybe like he's like, listen, trust me, bro, and he's like, okay. You know, because I
can't. I don't know, man. Like, I guess he's doing a favor, man. But that was one of the questions I would have asked him. Another question I would have asked him is, you know, what's the issue with you and Fifth, man? Like, did y'all ever have any, like, you know, because recently, not too long ago, one of the football guys, I think it was a Super Bowl, right? A couple years ago, you tried to, you know, 50 feel like you tried to block him from coming in.
Yeah, and then Eminem
stepped in
and said, "I'm not gonna do it unless Fifth's involved." And then MJ said, "Okay."
So, what's the issue between you and Fifth? What led you to make that decision? See what I'm saying?
Funny? In all of 50's, and all of his, you know, Jay trolling the whole, he fuck around and pops up on that Super Bowl halftime show, didn't he?
You know what I mean? Like another question would have been like, you say Bleak, as long as you're alive, he's a millionaire. You made that statement in a track a couple, you know, some years ago, right?
Yeah.
So Blink went bankrupt in 2016. You know what's up with that? Like, with you know, I understand. I understand.
Kanye 10 million for the Yeezy shit.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You gave Kanye $10 million, bro. But
you
Bleak
gets mad at Bleak because Bleak shot while it was all the subliminal shot war through lyrically. Bleak was the first one that, like, you know, threw the direct shots at Nas. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Bleak always been a front liner for Rockefeller.
Yeah.
He always been a front liner. So what happened with Bleak going bankrupt? But then at the same time, you gave Kanye $10 million, bro. $1 million of those dollars would have set Bleak up straight. And I'm not saying you owe Bleak nothing, but this is your little brother. You claim him as your little brother. He called you big homie. I don't know why, because Bleak 40-some years old. I ain't calling nobody big homie at that age. You know what I'm saying? But
maybe that speaks a lot to where, like, Bleak is at. Maybe, you know, like he's, you know, maybe that's the perception of Jay to him. He's always looking up to Jay like he's still that little kid.
Sometimes
Jay's
people
still looking down on him like you're that little kid.
Sometimes people treat you how you they view you how you view yourself, man. So if you view yourself as a little guy, they're gonna view you as a little
bar.
You know what I mean? Because Bleak should have been stopped calling him big homie. You got a wife and kids at home. Ain't no more big homie, bro. You got more money than me, fine. But that doesn't make you more of a man than me because you got more money than me. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah. But anyway, you know, I don't, like I said, man, I don't understand how Jay can be, like, I don't know. I guess he was trying to connect, you know, trying to come out and do the rollout, but it's like, bruh, you're going to have to be a little bit more, like, vulnerable than that, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because these interviews they seem they're very generic. You know what I'm saying? They're very generic. They're not really speaking about nothing. It was boring. Like, it was boring, bro. It was boring, and it could have been done better, man. You know, but I think Jay, at this age, I think it's going to get harder for him to hide certain ways about him. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't be surprised if Jay turned into Drake in certain ways. Because the fact that you got up there and fixed your mouth to say that you don't think battle rap is good for the culture at this point, I'm like, dog, that's part of the fabric of hip hop. I said, there's a difference between Drake and Kendrick beefing on Wax and NBA Youngboy and Lil Durk. That's real beef. People died behind that. That's not hip hop. That has nothing to do with hip hop. This right here is hip hop. Kendrick and Drake, that's hip hop. So, and how far did it really go at the end of the day? I don't think that beef went any further than Jay and Nas, because to be honest, you took Prodigy ballerina pictures and hung them out on stage at Summer Jam, like. So you can't tell me about Beef's being nasty and going too far and all. Come on, man. Like, what we talking about, man?
Yeah.
What we talking about, man? That was a good, clean battle. That was crisp. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't know, man. It's kind of mixed reviews, man. That you know, I'm giving mixed reviews on that interview, man. I ain't like it. I ain't like it at all. I ain't dislike it, but it ain't moved me. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm still, listen, I'm not even gonna argue that point you made, because I tend to agree with that. But I'm also gonna hold out hope that, because they said there was two hour sittings that he did. So I'm like, how much?
I hope they not like that.
Yeah,
I ain't watching
that. I'm like, yo, it's gonna be some more orchestrated.
Yeah, man. If you're gonna do that, man, just can them fucking interviews, man. I don't want to hear them, man. I don't want to hear them interviews no more, man. If you're not gonna just be a little transparent and embrace the people a little something, bro, just get the fuck out of here, man. Like, I don't want to hear you, bro. You know what I mean? People are way more accessible and way more transparent than you was or any rapper was back then. You know about people now. You know what they do. You know what they like. You know everything about them. We don't know much about you, and I feel like, okay, you know you got a boundary of privacy. I get it, but you can keep it strictly in the game. Just address the things that people been saying about you. I would expect for him to do that. But you pick and choose what you want to address and what you don't want to address. We'll still leave the question out there. Like even the whole situation with the kid that was supposed to be his son, right? All right. JAYZ countersued, right?
Mm.
They end up winning, right? The kid lost, but JAYZ didn't want anything from the kid, right?
Yeah.
But I'm like, you did all of that, but not take a DNA test? If one DNA test would have checked the box for everybody else is trying to come after with that bullshit.
I think it's also about not having his DNA somewhere. That's how I would be. I'd be like, they're gonna try to fucking clone me. They're gonna try to clone me.
But you picked the hospital. You the billionaire. You picked the hospital.
Real talk.
You picked the hospital.
What do they call that? Concierge doctors. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like
you got your own on hand.
Oh,
baller shit. I think one thing I will say about Jay is that because I wanted your thoughts on, you know, his whole getup and look. You know what I mean? I'm like, okay, maybe he's just in a transitional period. You know what I mean? Like, it's like he's going from across from I don't know, like a Rastafarian businessman from the South with friends. You know what I mean? Like,
nah, like I told you, it's no.
This whole look is a new look. JAYZ. J to the Z. Apparently, did you see that?
It's no difference than Nick Cannon wearing a turban. It's a sign of rebellion in the corporate world, but you still got the suit on, fam.
Yeah.
So how much rebelling are you really doing? You still got the suit on. But that's what it's for. Like when people wear, you know, they dress, you know, and in a corporate setting, it's supposed to show kind of rebellion, but we know it don't. You ain't rebelling shit.
I was hoping he was gonna be out there with the last time I seen him pop out, he had like a 10 kilo Cuban, like pure gold. Like, I mean, where's, you know, give me the Kingpin Jay, like, you know, the mystical figure that always pops out so often.
And I ain't even really mad at his dress code because JAYZ 56. I mean, at some point, you know, he's going to just keep it. You know what I mean? Like most people with money, most people that are multimillionaires and billionaires, when they've been having money for a long time, they dress light. Like they don't really go super gaudy unless they going out to like a high profile event or something like that.
Where it's like a freaking formal or something.
Yeah, you know, he kept it, you know, he kept it regular. Suit on with the Adidas, you know what I'm saying, the Stan Smiths, and you know, shit
and
like that.
And how many times you've heard me millions of times, like that's my shoe. I just wear Stan Smiths, like because of Jay, like, and maybe that's for me too. I'm such a fan growing up listening to Jay, his influence on like my music and just who I am and how you know what was the epitome of what you wanted to be if you were to someone that envisioned yourself being successful in this music business, right? Like he's one of those ones, you know what I'm saying? So I still envision him in the ways that I envision him as a fan, you know what I mean? So it's kind of hard to shake some of that. I mean,
yeah,
it made me feel
I don't get it twisted, man. This ain't a JAYZ slander session. I just feel like, yo, give us more, bro. Give us more than what you gave us, bro. Because you know you gave us some bullshit, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if you know. Hopefully somebody real enough to tell you, you gave us some bullshit. You ain't give us nothing. You know what I'm saying? You got 2 concerts coming up. You probably gonna want an arm and a leg for them tickets, bro. Like, give us more than that, bro. Give us more than that. Because I don't want to pay $300 and some $400,000, $500,000 to go up to a concert and hear in New York. I don't want to hear that song no more, bro. I don't want to hear it no more. Keep Alicia Keys' ass at home. I don't want to hear it no more, bro. You know what I'm saying? That song, they played that song to where they can't even play it no more. You know what I mean? I don't want to hear that. Either take it back to the early days, the streets, you know, streets is watching all that. Take it back to those times, or give us some shit we ain't never heard of. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to hear the radio songs. I don't want to hear that, man. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, it's just a request. Just a request. But yeah, man, I just felt like, man, it wasn't all that, man. And I'm a fan of Jay, man, and I just felt like you could have done better than that shit, man. Like, you know, and then being like trying to be all disconnected from the culture, but then trying to act like you part of the culture, like that's that looking down shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Stop looking down on motherfuckers and be eye level with people, man. Then you won't have to do all this extra dumbass shit, man. Like, you feel what I'm saying? You know? I don't like it. I ain't like it at all. But hopefully the next sittings are better quality interviews.
Inserts, carefully doctored inserts.
Get somebody, because my thing is like, you could holler at Charlemagne, and Charlemagne would tell you like who's bubbling in the culture right now, or how to be more, give the culture more, be more connected to the culture, because you've been away for a while. You know what I mean? Yeah. So you gotta restore the feeling of that people used to feel when you used to come around. Like, we ain't seen you in a while. It's like pulling up on a block after 10 years.
I think that's why he popped out with that gigantic 10-kilo Cuban at one point, because he was just like, look, all you are my sons, which is we used to do. Listen, I'm gonna kill all your Cubans real quick. You know what I mean?
I mean,
that's like been the thing the last 10 years.
We know you got 10 trillion billion dollars, bro. That's not really what we care about. We care about what are you bringing to the culture, bro? At this point in your career, are you gonna give us some good music? Give us some good interviews? Are you gonna actually embrace the culture? Because you haven't embraced it in a while. It's all been suits and corporates and, you know, the square head shit, and you know what I mean? Like, let's like loosen up the tie, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, so because the last interview I seen was with Kevin Hart, and I was like, oh, here we go again. Like, you go to these non-confrontational. Yeah, like, no, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's really like a conflict of interest, because he was around Jay in the early days. Remember, the first movie, one of the first movies he played in was Paper Soldiers. That was a Rockefeller movie.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. You know.
I will say this. I will say, no matter what you know, the mixed reviews on what his rollout is going to be, I am real eager to hear what he got coming, bro. You know what I mean? Like,
but just know that because you've been away for so long, they're gonna set the bar all the fuck the way up there.
What do you think of 444?
444 was a decent album. You know, I wasn't mad at it.
I felt like on purpose, like they kept the mixes like a grimier sounding, like, you know what I mean? Like it felt like basement studio like vibes, which I love because it kind of brings me back to the old days. But one thing I want to bring up 444, he was definitely like making fun of the game during that time.
You see,
like on that album, like he was making fun of like, you know, the skirt, all the little sound effects and onomatopoeias that you know that is the game these days. And it's like
I feel like I don't give a damn how successful you are in the game, right?
Mm-hmm.
You still gotta embrace the youth as an OG. And I don't feel like Jay really did enough of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, imagine, look, check this out.
What happened to the Jay Future? We never got a Jay Future.
I don't really care for that.
I'm just saying, like, you know, from some, you know, he would always step out and like do something with one of the biggest artists. Like,
like that's what I'm saying. Like, stop reaching for the biggest artists. Like, reach for the people that's on the grind that was where you was at 30, 40 years ago. Reach for them. You know what I'm saying?
Has he ever done one for Conway or anything like that?
Who? Conway? Nah.
Yeah. No.
Nah, but he was in the studio with them, but I've never heard no joint with. X did one with Conway.
Yeah, and the one that he did one with all three of them, though. That shit was hella the what is it, Hood Blues?
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, X did one with them. But see, my thing is sometimes the people that's at the pinnacle of this shit, it's like JAYZ's a great businessman, you know what I mean? But I just feel like he's too disconnected from the culture, bro. I feel like if you would have put an X there, X would have popped up. You don't know who interview he would have popped up on. You know what I mean? Like, you know, it's just too much of this, like, too much of this bougie shit, man. Like, I'm tired of it, bro. And I think the people are tired of it. It's too much of this boozy shit, man. You know what I mean? Be a little bit more like, oh, imagine if Jay would have popped out on a Sexy Red video. You'd be like, what? Well, like, it would have blew everybody's mind. Like,
yeah.
Because, and then Jay come out after be like, yeah, you know, why you did the Sexy Red video? Because that's where I came from. I came from the underworld. I came from the streets. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like Sexy Red, Dirk, Young Boy, them niggas, they the closest thing to that. And I wanted to embrace them and show them I support them. You know what I'm saying? Like, that would have been so dope. It's so many moments that could have been had that Jay could make right now, just being who he is right now.
Yeah.
But he chooses to stay up in his fucking bubble. You know what I mean? And I'm tired of it, bro. I'm tired of it, bro.
You know what I did like in the interview now that I think about it is like, because I'm a father of 4 kids myself, and I know how it is like where kids, you know what I'm saying, they could take a lot of the time, you know, especially if you're dedicating your free time to them, if you're always caught up working. And like when he points out that, like, you know, taking his daughter on tour and, you know, she was part of the, you know, part of the show and doing a bunch of dance routines, and he could see her really, you know, pushing herself, and she got, you know, and I love that because it was like, wow, you can definitely see the work. You know what I mean? I love shit like that. You can see the work.
I like it, but it's like, I'm getting tired, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, yo, we don't want to hear none of that, bro. Like, you know, we listen, we support Blue Ivy, we support your whole family, bro, but we just don't want to hear none of that, right? No, I appreciate, listen.
Most of my rap heroes were more than likely shitty dads in the beginning. You know what I mean?
Nah, real talk. So, you know what I'm saying?
I did appreciate that. You know what I mean? That, like, one of my rap heroes, if not my rap hero that's still alive, I should say. You know what I mean?
I don't, you know,
them elevate into different parts of life.
I like to see it.
Necessarily will dig the
I like to see it with the people that's amongst me, though. You know what I'm saying? The people that grew up in my era, or even after my era, or before my era, like, they turn around and they taking care of their kids and they, you know, raising their kids up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like to see that with my peers. You know what I'm saying? But with Jay, I mean, you know, shit. You know what I'm saying? Why would you not do that? All these money, come on now, make it happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, but yeah. So, you know, I just another thing too. A question I would have asked him was how's you and Diddy's relationship nowadays?
Oh,
That might very well be at the top of the list of things that he will allow you to ask him.
You know? Because I see y'all in 1,000 pictures, bro, but when the shit came up, it was like, I don't know that nigga. Like, I don't know him at all. Like,
the Black Excellence. He was on the Cheers.
Yeah, it was. And then it's like, I don't know him. Who? I don't know that dude. Yeah, and I know he was trying to protect his brand. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I'd be like, damn, what was that phone call like? Or did you even get a phone call? You know what I'm saying? Like,
hey, look at this, bro. Let's just keep it all the way a buck. I'm always gonna look at shit conspiracy theory bogey way, right?
Yeah.
Old girl who's the former informant, that could have been a compromise. Like, listen, you know what I mean? You allegedly are around people that you know we've been investigating, and then her in there could be like, nah, he's clean. Like, she could be like still an active informant for all we know.
So you got active police on your team. He's clean.
I'm just saying, right? This is how he's working now. You know what I mean?
Yo, like, but you know, that would have been a question I would have asked him, because it's like, you know, like, damn, son, act like you ain't know him, like, you know. But you know, but I just feel like it was just, you know, we ain't had to go extreme with the questions, but it's just like, ask the things that's gonna have impact. Ask the question that the people want to know. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think it was just a Super Bowl thing. It was we had a list. We could have made a short list of questions that we all wanted to know. Like, in this, you know, in this hiatus, like you took a little break, so we wanted to know what it's going to be. You know what I mean? I wouldn't even been mad if he would have showed up at the Breakfast Club, because Charlamagne ain't gonna let him slide.
Yeah,
Charlamagne ain't gonna let him slide. You ain't gonna slide out of there without me asking you certain shit.
He went on that show one time back in the days, and
I think either 2 or 3. I don't think just once.
Because I know for
he did
sure.
a few Breakfast Club joints.
Like, you know how like Charlamagne always calls himself a I'm Charlamagne Winfrey Knows Carter, right?
Yeah.
And like he says that to Jay, and Jay like side eyes him and goes, anyway, and continues talking to Envy. You know what I mean? Like,
nah, I'm just saying though, like Charlamagne would have challenged.
Charlamagne will ask.
He would have challenged. You're not gonna leave up out of here with this control. You're not controlling me. I'm gonna ask what I need to be asking, but you're not just gonna get out of here that easy, bro. We need to ask some tough questions. We need to throw, you know, a few of those in there. You know what I mean? And you know, like, we got, like, what are we doing these safe interviews for? You 56 years old. Let it all hang out, man. Damn, you closer to a casket than you was to a playpen. Like, come on, man.
Facts.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just being real. Like, you already done hit your peak, you know what I'm saying? And things of that nature. Yo, like, be a little bit more vulnerable at this point. We understand when you on the come up, you gotta move a certain way. But now, you know, you're a little older. It's like you're almost 60, bro. You know what I'm saying? Let it, you know, be a little bit more, you know what I'm saying, vulnerable. Embrace the culture. This, that, and the third. You feel me? Like, dudes want to be guarded all the way to the death. And it's like, bro, get out of here, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because, to be honest, people, I feel like people who come from the street, people who hustle, they forever gonna love Jay. Nigga like me, I'm forever gonna like Jay music. I'm forever gonna be a fan of Jay. But the young boys is coming up, because this generation's that's way ahead of, way ahead of us. So it's like they're gonna look at Jay like, who? What? Because they're looking at the impact. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
if
like he has albums older than a lot of these young artists. It's
not just that. They remember DMX before they remember JAYZ. Because DMX gave moments that you couldn't predict. You know what I'm saying?
He was definitely polarizing for sure.
No, but he also did things without planning. Like, he'll just show up or a fan will be with him. He'd be like, "Oh, come on with me." Like, I never got those stories from Jay, like, where he ever embraced a regular person. Yeah, or just, you know what I mean? Like, he treated a fan like a fan. You know what I'm saying? Like
DMX was just like a regular ass dude in his own mind, no matter how rich and famous he got.
Facts.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
you hear the craziest stories about DMX, they're like,
for real, he moved around. He moved around with no fear, man.
Yeah.
When I look at X, I see somebody that's fearless. When I look at Jay, I see fearful. He's fearless in the business room, but I feel like amongst the people, I don't know. He don't move like that. You know what I'm saying? Too much carefulness, too much, man. Let it hang out. Like, go. Let me tell you something. Come to the town, come to Brooklyn, right? Pick your favorite bar, right? Go down there, karaoke night, and sit down and let the people holler at you. Let the people interview you. Let the people talk to you. Get some Guinness Stout and some Heineken. You know what I'm saying? You know, the New York shit. You feel me?
Right.
Little Henny. I don't know if you probably don't even drink no more. You know what I'm saying? Oh, we gonna get some Ace. You got Ace. Okay, bring some Ace of Spades in the spot. No overly top tough shit. None of that. None of them type of people around. Just a regular crowd. You know what I'm saying? Come through and let's chop it up. Let's, you know what I'm saying?
You know it's crazy. He kind of
random, no planning, no nothing. I'm here.
In those like I mean, obviously I don't know Brooklyn like that, but in those areas that are gentrified, it's more beat these days, right? You probably be able to be in those areas
without like downtown Brooklyn going on the way to Manhattan. All that shit is gentrified, bro. Like I said, pick a bar of your choice. Come to the town, come chop it up with the people, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I think you would have did an interview in the town. Oh Lord, that interview would have been whew. You know what I'm saying? Or even imagine pulling up to Jim Jones' podcast with Mano and Fab in them and just pop out, I'm the fourth member today.
Hey,
that would have been crazy. Like, it's so many moments you could have, bro. And it's like, come on, bro. Like, giving us these boring ass interviews. Like, come on, man. It's some dope moments that could have been had, and it's not too late. So I'm putting it out there in the universe because it's not too late. You feel me?
Yeah.
But create a moment for us that we're gonna remember, man. You know what I'm saying? Give us a moment. Give us something that we're gonna remember. Besides your albums. You feel me? So that's pretty much how I feel about that, man. Any last thoughts on this right here?
Jay, give me a record deal.
They got to put that in the universe too.
Come on, man.
Or production.
Hey, dude.
Production.
Jay, give me a deal and do the interview with Slim over here. You feel me?
Yeah, let me do the interview. Let me kick the interview off. I'm gonna have my questions. You know what I'm saying? But you got to get the people something. I know you ain't gonna answer all of them, but you got to get the people something, man. You know what I'm saying? And then we're gonna interview. Let's take it back to Brooklyn, bro. Let's go to the town, man. Let's go to the town, man. You know what I'm saying? Because most New Yorkers that's that made their bread or whatever, they didn't came up and shit like that. They only got to be rich, but they in their zone. They move out of New York. You feel what I'm saying? So let's take it back to the towns. You know what I mean? Let's find a nice spot. Rent it out. You know what I mean? Find a nice spot. I'll find a spot. You just have your people. You know what I'm saying? Find a spot in the back of the bar, play somewhere, under the stadium. Like, you feel me? Yeah. And let's kick the interview off. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit, bring Bleak too. Shit. Bring Bleak. You know what I'm saying? Bring your people. Like, you feel me? Like, but just give us a moment to remember, man. You understand? Like, give us a moment to remember, man. Like, that's pretty much all I got to say about that topic, man. I'm gonna keep my eyes open. You know what I mean? Like I said, I'm gonna try to hit one of those concerts. You know what I'm saying? Before it's all said and done, I'm gonna try to bring the go live in the joint if I could without it looking blurry and all that. I want the footage to be decent. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna try to
get some meta glasses.
Yeah, they only record for like 3 minutes. I heard though.
Oh, word.
Yeah.
I guess you could go on the gram with them and it'd be like maybe you could be live.
You can. Because remember I put the video up. If people still be hitting that video up too, like about how to go. Yeah, they be still hitting that. I threw that on TikTok and they still be hitting that shit up. But yeah, like get the concert or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And I try to get some footage and shit like that. You feel me? But them tickets, like I know the Roots joint it's $250. You know what I'm saying?
Like
but it's a 2-day. It's a 2-day event.
Oh, there you go. 2 days.
Yeah, it's a 2-day event.
$250.
Not bad. You know what I mean? Now,
50 a day, I would imagine.
You know, the Yankees Stadium. I looked up 2 tickets. It was like almost $400. But for 1 ticket, it seems like it's the same price. It's only like a few dollars cheaper. So you're better off just getting 2.
Getting a pair.
Yeah. So that's for nosebleeds. So please do not hold me. You know what I'm saying? That is nosebleeds. That's not front and center.
You gotta get. If it all mattered was getting in the building, that's not too bad.
Yeah. You know what I mean? So shit like that.
We shouldn't expect nothing to be cheap right now. There's a whole ass war going on.
Multiple. Well, people shouldn't expect us to be spending a whole lot of money either.
That is true. Make it cheaper for us then.
You know what I'm saying? So get too expensive, we holding our dough. So you can sell that to an alien or something.
Like that.
You know what I'm saying? Like, word.
Like, oh, that's one of those, oh, you can't quit. You're fired. Like,
you know what I mean? Like, so, you know, it is what it is. Like, strip clubs, I heard them dried up. You know what I mean? People ain't throwing away cash like that. No, nah, hell nah. Price of shit too expensive for that now, right now. What? So, you know, it is what it is, man. But yo, tell the people where to find you at.
Man, you already know Bogard, scot-free, anywhere you consume your music, Apple, Spotify, Tidal, things of that nature. And definitely catch me on YouTube with me and the rest of the gang on the Gen Wealth Net.
Yes, sir. YouTube. Yes, sir. Shout outs to Heart to Start.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Heart to Start for sure.
Yes, sir. Anyway, I'm gonna be here at Fans Perspective. You know what I'm saying? You know, got a couple of announcements to make tomorrow, and we're gonna do what it do, man. You know what I'm saying? We probably might put around and do part 2, man, because I got some more shit I want to talk about. Get it?
You already know.
You already know, man. All right. This is your boy. This is Bogey. This is your boy Boogie 45. Just from a Fan's Perspective. We out.
Peace.
What's up?
I'm gonna get up out of here. I gotta make a couple phone calls.